Hi everyone, I am Rifat Nadeem and the date today is the 27th of October 2023. In this little talk, I want to share with you three things which I think are extremely very important for personal progress and self development. By the way, these are not the only three things that are necessary. There are many other things as well, but I think these three things have helped me a lot along the way over the last about 5 years now since I started my journey of personal progress and self development. And these three things, in my opinion, can help anyone out there whoever wants to improve on their lifestyle, their state of mind, their psychology, their emotions, their perspective on life. These three things are the first one is a big vision, a big enough vision in life. The second one is consistency, which also means once does not matter. And the third one is the benefit of staying in touch with the empowering content. Now, just the way I said that these are not the only three things necessary for success or necessary for anyone to get the desired results. There are many other things as well, but these three are definitely somewhere on top of the list. As far as I am concerned, these three things really do stand out. There are many other things as well, for instance, affirmations, for instance, following a procedure, a formula that has already been provided to us by others who are successful, who have achieved their desired results. But these are the three things that I want to talk about today. When we have a big enough vision, this is the first thing on the list. When we have a big enough vision, what happens is it uplifts us. And if we are really true to the vision, if we do take practical action steps and we are committed, there comes a time when we sort of get in alignment with that vision in terms of our thoughts, our feelings, our belief system, our behavior, and then very importantly, we do not want to go back to the average life that we were spending, let's say, when we did not have that vision. This is one of the major benefits of having a big vision. Yes, a big enough vision also pulls us towards itself. And as a result of that, we get better and better as a person. Just the way they say, we become a better version of ourselves. That is the magical power of a big enough vision. Secondly, consistency is what matters. Or, in other words, once does not matter. And this is the point that I learned years ago when I watched that brilliant vlog by Tai Lopez, in which the main point is that once does not matter. We have to be consistent. By the way, I started my journey, I started working on myself about 5 years ago. And over the years, I have realized that one of the best things that I have done so far is that I have remained consistent in the form of having a big enough vision to reconstruct myself and become a better version of myself emotionally, psychologically, physically, financially, socially. And at the same time, I have also stayed in touch with the empowering content. And that is the third point on this list that I have prepared for this little talk. But before I talk about the third point, I want to talk just a little more about the second point of consistency. It is such an important point. Look at it this way: almost every one of us, at some point in time in our lives, we have a big idea, maybe a big vision, if you will. We have creative ideas, we have dreams, but then we do not stick to the idea, the vision. Even a big enough vision cannot do the trick for us if we are not consistent. Are you getting my point? This means these 2 points, they go hand in hand for us to achieve the desired results, to achieve the marvelous results that we want to achieve in our life, in any walk of life, whether we are a student, a business person, an athlete, a life coach, a writer, wherever we are in our life. These two things, they are extremely very important, among others as well. But these are the two that I can think of that I would like to talk about, that I have talked about right now, that I have selected for this little talk. So, when we are consistent, what happens is we make gradual progress. That progress can be slow, that progress can be fast, but we are almost every single day, we are moving forward, we are getting better and better and better. That is the amazing advantage of consistency. Once does not matter. Keep that in mind. Whether you are going to the gym, whether you are dieting, whether you have decided to read books, whether you have decided to write books, whatever you have decided to do, making a decision only once, it does not matter. What matters is that we must follow through. The third point on this list is we must stay in touch with the empowering content. Now, empowering content is something that uplifts us and gives us a whole new level of awareness. Empowering content can be in the form of books, it can be in the form of audio content, video content, in the form of our thoughts that we often think, the feelings that we feel often, the thoughts and feelings that keep running in the background, our belief system, our perspective on life. Empowering content, it can come to us in all forms and all shapes and through all kinds of sources of information. We must be absolutely careful about the content that we are consuming, the content that we are absorbing, whether it is through the mainstream media or whether it is through social media, whether it is through current affairs or entertainment media, or the books that we read, or the friends we spend time with, our family members, the people in our surroundings, the people at the workplace, or whether it is the thoughts that we often think, whatever that source of information is for the content that we are absorbing and consuming, it must be empowering content. It must be the content that uplifts us, that gives us this positive energy and this absolutely healthy perspective on life, about success, about achievement, about progress. And when we listen to the empowering content, especially by the people who have made it big already in their lives, what happens is it gives us that constructive and healthy perspective on life. And as a result of that perspective, we start seeing possibilities which previously we might not have been able to see, or previously we might not have been able to accept as being true. But because we start consuming empowering content, we start thinking a certain way, and that certain way is very positive, it is very constructive, it is very healthy. And as a result of that empowering content, a point in time comes when we automatically start thinking the same way. That is where I think success really starts, when we start thinking automatically in a very empowering way, when we start seeing possibilities, when we know that we have the abilities right now and we can achieve any kind of results that we want to achieve if we have a big enough vision, if we are consistent, and if we know that possibilities exist right now. And over the years, just the way I told you that I have been working on myself for the last 5 years now, I have been really consistent about staying in touch with the empowering content. And mostly in my case, that empowering content has come to me in the form of those video lectures by life coaches, those audio podcasts, books which talk about personal improvement, self development, progress, books that talk about the fact that progress is possible right now. Anyone can achieve any kind of results if they are consistent, if they have a big enough vision, and if they stay in touch with the empowering content, which is all around us, by the way. We must use our power of choice by focusing on the content that makes us feel empowered. All right. So these are the three things that I wanted to talk about today. Just to sum it up, first, we must have a big enough vision that should really uplift us. Secondly, we must be consistent, and thirdly, we must stay in touch with the empowering content. And just the way I said, these are not the only three things that can guarantee success, but these are definitely the three important ingredients for success. I hope to see you again soon. Thank you.